Hello, hello, and welcome back for another round of scares and savagery among the ruined rooms and darkened doorways of Perfidious Manor as we get ready to dig into a little more Darkest Dungeon. On our last episode, we sent a team off into the estate to find and retrieve a stash of sweet, sweet swag, but we wound up reasonably disappointed with their haul, which is not to say that they came home empty-handed. They did actually manage to score a little bit of swag, but I think it would be a pretty dramatic overstatement to call what they brought back sweet, sweet swag. It was really more appropriate to say that what they brought back would be like if you sent your kid brother to PAX to score you some sweet swag because your jerk of a boss wouldn't give you the weekend off so you could go and yourself. And instead of coming home with some bitchin' game codes, dank-ass t-shirts, and cool demos, your brother instead brings home a shopping cart full of Activision mouse pads, flash drives shaped like Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs, and Duke Nukem 5th Times the Charm keychains, a game which won't actually come out until 2028. So. But I guess swag is swag, and even if it was just a bunch of Duke Nukem keychains, sometimes you gotta take what you can get, even if your little brother is a fucking moron. So I say we just head on over to the embarkation point, check out today's specials, and see what we can rustle up on the menu that might do us a little better this time out of the gate. Killing the hag? It's not off the table. Don't really prefer that as our first choice, but it's not off the table. A long veteran mission. A damage stone is very good. Okay, very good may be a bit of an overestimate, but that's a long veteran mission. I'm not sure we would have a quality team to put in the field for that. I mean, we could... Well, no, we can't, actually. I was going to say we could go with the same team we took last time, but we actually can't do that. We do not have a bounty hunter. All right, let's sort these fools by rank. Come on, guys. Get in order. Everybody line up. Fall in. Attention here. Got shit to do, troopers. We need you working for us. As much as I would really like to get that damage stone, I just don't think I have a quality enough team with both of our bounty hunters sort of down for the count. Django is in a sanitarium, and Deckard also. Alright, so yeah, both our bounty hunters are down. I don't really feel comfortable. Theoretically, we could do it with Fagin. If it was a medium mission, I would absolutely just send Fagin to do it. But we can't afford to upgrade him and then also send him in on a mission that's going to be over his head. I just think that's a bad combination. 7,000 gold, portraits, and crests, both of which we sort of need. We also need to level the ruins still, so we've got potential there. What are you? Activate 3 corrupted altars on a medium mission. That's interesting. You and the Warrens. Short to explore 90% of rooms. That is a terrible relic. What are you? A caution cloak. So you are bad, is the answer to that question. Alright, so it's going to come down then to probably this medium mission to cleanse corrupted altars. Or this medium veteran mission, which is just a buttload of cash, corpses, and... This would be a mission I would be comfortable possibly sending Fagin on. Alternatively, we could always send in the Simpkin, but I don't know as we would have enough damage with Simpkin instead of Fagin. Simpkin does not hit quite as hard. Let's check Brienne's skills. Let's head back to the Hamlet very quickly. I want to see how far we would have to upgrade Brienne's skills. She has Wicked Hack. She has some 1s and 2s. Let's check out the cost on this, actually. So, to fully upgrade Brienne, what are we looking at? Actually, you know what? That's not fully upgraded. For one thing, not fully upgraded. But two, you know what? It's not that expensive. I think we can afford it. Our gear is already upgraded to level 2. We wouldn't mind seeing that bump up to 3, but we're going to have to take what we can get. Fagin, we're going to bump you up as well. Grape Shot Blast, Duelist Advance, and I prefer Open Vein. I know a lot of people are big fans of Wicked Slice. I got nothing against Wicked Slice, but I also prefer Open Vein just because it does have the damage penalty, that's true, but it also has a bleed, which makes it somewhat more versatile. It's got the bonus crit chance, which Open Vein does not, or well, actually has a rather better one. But this has the bleed and a higher base accuracy. Accuracy really goes a long way with me, it really does. We'd also like to upgrade Fagin's gear very slightly. Let's look at the costs on that and see if it's going to be prohibitive. Nah, not really. We can afford this. So we're going to go with a fully upgraded Fagin, and we will go for this medium length mission then on a veteran level. So we're going to throw Brienne in. She's fully geared. Fagin, you know, you kind of need to be in a front slot, buddy. We also are going to need to monkey with your trinkets, my friend, because I think you have shitty ones, right? The accuracy stone I don't really have a problem with. What can we loot off a half-cocked jack for a bit? That dodgy sheath would be real handy. Actually, both. You know what? We're gonna take both of those. Hate to do it to you, Jack, buddy, but you're gonna have to loan your little brother some of your hand-me-downs. Fagin, I know you don't necessarily want to wear your older brother's hand-me-downs, but sometimes in life we have to do things we don't like. That's part of growing up. So, you know, just get used to it. Also, I gotta assume this isn't the first time you've stolen clothing, Fagin. I mean, come on, you're Fagin. It's not the first time you've stolen clothing. It's not. You would steal clothing from a fucking orphan. Probably have stolen clothing from an orphan, in all honesty. Plus 10% chance to bleed skills minus 1 crit. I don't necessarily relish that. Do we have anything better we could put on Brienne? I'm not sure that we do. I'm curious. 20% max HP. That's actually pretty reasonable. That Helion's Pendant. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it doesn't suck. Bonus Scout. Stress Resist. Accuracy for range. That would be quite good on Arya Stark. Killing Incense. Interesting. Not fantastic, but it's okay. I would wear that except for the dodge penalty. It's really good, don't get me wrong, but that dodge penalty is a very serious problem. I don't really, that's Witch Doctor only, so it's out of the question. Fasting Seal, I don't really like. Nope, alright. We're going to have to let you roll with what you've got, I suppose, then, Brienne. What do we want to do about healers? We've got Lucy. Lucy did fine on our last mission. I think we'll just roll with Lucy again. I'm cool with that. And then in our third slot, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is rank 4. But he doesn't really have another party of folks to run with, and our only other backup would be Dorian Gray, who frankly is just too low level. Yeah, alright, so Doctor Strange, you're pulling duties on this one, sorry. I know you're a little over-geared for this, or rather over-leveled, not necessarily over-geared, but we're going to have to make do with what we've got. So that's our team then, let's get them provisioned. This is a medium-length mission. We're going to go with 2 full stacks of food. I think we've been over-preparing a little bit lately. I've been getting a little aggressive with the food. We are going into the Warrens, though, so I'm taking 4 shovels. That's a gimme. Going to take 1 medicinal herb, 1 anti-venom, 1 holy water, 1 key, and I think 12 torches. Oh, one of those back. So there we go. That's our provisioning. Gonna need maybe a little bit of luck on this one. Now I'm sort of regretting taking a little less food. Why do I have a feeling that Fagin is going to walk up to us at some point and say, please, sir, may I have some more? And we're going to have to say, no! And then kick him out of the fucking orphanage and make him go steal. I'm basically turning into a Dickensian leader. I really am. It makes me feel bad.
To prosecute our war,
let's hope we get a good map. Oh, fuck me. This map blows. Okay, and while the map does blow, it's big, which is, we expect that. I don't really like the layout, but as I look at it, maybe I hate it less than I initially thought. We can skip only 2 rooms here. We have a couple opportunities to try and find a safest route. I think we'll probably just loop around it, though. That's a brilliant start.
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
So that could have gone better. What are you? An Eldritch Altar. Sounds like a job for Doctor Strange, I think. A horrifying vision for 40 stress. Okay. Well, that's a horrifying start. In addition to a horrifying vision, that fucking sucks. Oh, well, I guess we'll continue on the right path, or at least the path we're on. Not necessarily the right path, but it's the rightest one we've located. Stashed air limbs. Oh, now your patented luck kicks in, Doctor Strange? Sure, that's, oh, that's fine. I think we'll just leave those books alone. I don't want to mess with them. I really don't. Maybe on the way out. Some of this stuff, if we get a chance and our stress isn't too horrifyingly ridiculous on the way out, we can always circle back. If we really want... I don't even know what you are. Pile of bones. Why do I feel like I should probably just not touch this? But I just can't help myself. I'm gonna touch it. Nothing of value in the remains. Alright, well, I feel less stupid for touching it. So who's the best traps here? It might be Doctor Strange, I think. It is, in fact, Doctor Strange. You know what? I'm going to disarm this with Fagin, because Doctor Strange has some stress issues, and if he had mucked that, I really would prefer he not have gotten that extra 20 stress. It's better off on Fagin, if we're going to be perfectly sanguine about things. Definitely need to get our light level up. We can't afford to be picking up a lot of stress just for walking around. We don't have a whole lot of wiggle room in the stress department. Alright, so this is not a terrifyingly bad initial setup. We're going to go with the Abyssal Artillery. Not a huge blow or anything, but, oh, this is bad. Please, vomit on anyone but Fagin. Fagin now has bad humors. What is bad humors? Minus 15 max HP. That is fucking terrible. The little guy was already starting out in a hole. Fantastic damage, though. But the little guy was already sort of starting out in a hole. We didn't really need to push him any further down. Another 5 damage on the swine spawn. If we were smart, we probably would have gone for the stun on the drummer. That would have likely, yeah, we could have maybe avoided that Drums of Doom. Stress is going to be out of control. The stress is going to be out of control. I don't think Yop is the right move here. What's our damage like? 7 to... This could get a kill if it bleeds. Please bleed! Bleed! Bleed, you bastard! Yeah, that's right, you pig fuck! Bleed! That's a critical dodge for Doctor Strange there. If Doctor Strange had gotten hit by that, that could have had absolutely dire consequences for us. Munching on Fagin, but Fagin using his dodgy sheath to leap nimbly aside. I think we're better off to just kill that guy. I don't want him puking on anyone else and giving them bad humors. I think one round of bad humors is probably plenty enough bad humor.
Give them no quarter.
Also, I don't like guys with white hats driving around in strange cars trying to sell me ice cream. I'm assuming it's poisoned ice cream because I made a good humor man reference, but I said bad humor, so that would sort of make him the bad humor man, which I assume would mean, you know, poisoned ice cream. I feel that logic follows. What do we want to do? What is this thing? A bone altar. I have no idea what to put on this. I've never seen one before. Let's throw holy water at it. Didn't do a damn thing. Well, then let's... I'm tempted to just leave it alone. I should leave it alone. Or I should touch it 10 out of 10 times, because it just made Brienne of Tarth that much more of an effective killing machine. We did waste some holy water there, but still, positive overall outcome. More scouting as well. I like it. I like it. I'll take it. Keep scouting, boys. You scout. You get out there and scout like Reb Brown. Yeah. We've learned our lesson, I like to think. 40 stress the last time we touched one of these. Or it could do something incredibly it has a chance to give us a positive quirk or a ton of stress. Yeah, I'm not going to press my luck. I pressed my luck once already and didn't get burned. I'm not going there twice. But no combat in this room. And completing this mission really is the most important thing. We have 2 fights and no real chance to avoid them. Unless we wanted to skip this room, in which case we could backtrack, go through 1 fight, come this way and down. But that involves probably more backtracking than I'm comfortable with. We don't have an unlimited supply of torches. I'd prefer to try and keep our light level high. These guys are going to get enough stress as it is. Probably best to not pile it on them. And the next time our light level gets low, I think we'll camp, assuming we are not dead, because these are 2 very powerful enemies, and death is definitively in the cards, or at least potentially in the cards with this caliber of foe. We're going to judge the Slavering Ghoul. As dangerous as the large corpse eater is, and believe me, they are dangerous, I actually am vastly more concerned about the Slavering Ghoul, because he has a ton of stress attacks, which could go very badly for us. We can bleed the big bastard, but that attack won't hit him, so we can either duelist... You know what? We can duelist advance, actually. Nicely done, Fagin! A deft strike, sir. And then we can go ahead and if it bleeds here from Brienne. Brienne's if it bleeds can actually hit either of these guys, given their size, which is a benefit for us. Now Fagin can... We're going to have him point-blank shot the Corpse Eater. Not as much damage as we necessarily might have hoped, but still a decent amount of damage. And this is what we were concerned about. Very glad that we got some dodge. That could have been very bad had Doctor Strange picked up that stress. So we're going to if it bleeds again. That guy now has fatal damage. We can ignore him. He will not be going again. You're stun immune, basically, right? Yeah, pretty much. I'm still going to go ahead and judgment you, I think, because I don't... You know what? Let's Dazzling Light, get a little free torchlight out of this. The stun is not going to go. That's fine. We're comfortable with that. We just wanted the damage and mostly the light level. What to do about Doctor Strange? I think we vulnerability hacks him. Get the debuff. Didn't get the debuff, but it did mark him. That is useful. So we're going to Duelist Advance. 10 damage from Fagin. Reasonable output. Ghoul drops dead. Yeah, that's right. You suck it. You suck it, evil beast. That was a good heal. So we can pray. This is a mark. Fagin with the deft dodge. And I got to say, for a man who's badly outmatched by basically every foe he's come up against, Fagin is damn sure holding his own. Little wicked hack here, and Brienne of Tarth, and that's the kill.
Perhaps the turning point.
Free torch, a little extra cash. The cash, mostly what we're concerned about. That's what we came for. It's all about the cashish. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. All about the bennies. We got to get those bennies. We also would like to go to Bennigan's and maybe get a nice bloomin' onion. They're fucking delicious. Burning a torch there. Another fight we're going to pick up here. This fight, much more... I want to say much more in our wheelhouse. I feel much comfortable messing with these guys. Nice work. All right, so we were going to go for a point-blank shot here, but I think we might be... Well, never mind. I was going to say we'd be better off with a Grape Shot Blast. But Grape Shot Blast not in the cards due to positioning. But we now have two troopers who are on the edge of death. They're on the edge of dying. Nice dodge from Fagin. How do we want to handle this? I think a judgment is the appropriate way to handle it. And a nice 8 damage kill for Lucy Pevensey. The God Lion smiles upon her. We go for the Wicked Hack, or do we just kill this guy? I think we just kill him. With a Wicked Hack, specifically, but I think killing him is the right choice. Booyah! Fagin slipping up out of the shadows and slicing some fucking throats. It was indeed a powerful blow, Mr. Narrator. I gotta give you that. You are correct, sir. Ha ha! You are correct, sir. Yes. Ha ha! Powerful blow. Ha ha ha. Somewhere Ed McMahon is rolling over in his grave. Not because I offended him with that impression, but actually he has a device designed to spin him in his grave. He's actually worried about getting bed sores despite the fact he's dead, which is weird, but, you know, Ed McMahon was kind of a weird guy. Do we explore this room or not is the question. I think no. I don't really want to burn the torchlight. I really don't. You've got 0 stress right now. Let's have you start looting. So 250 gold. And I gotta say, our cash outlay that we've picked up so far in this mission has not been good. We have not been doing well as far as the loot collection services. We should perhaps consider hiring a collection agency, I think, to maybe help increase our loot gaining potential. This is going to be a fight, yeah. I do not like this at all. Not even a little bit. Not a fantastic start from Doctor Strange either. We really sort of wanted to start working that Swine Marcher over. The stress from the Marcher could be a very, very significant problem for us. Here's the Drums of Doom. Yeah, that's bad. We may need to invest in a campsite in the immediate future. Man, Fagin is just wicked everywhere with the dodges. The man cannot be hit. Duck, dive, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. It's like watching Dodgeball over again, and I know I fucked up that quote, but I don't even care. Do we go for the Swine Reaver, or do we start piling on? I would actually prefer to hit the Marcher. I really would. We have no way to do that, though. Let's kill the Reaver. Or start working him over, at least. Crunching Backhand. You know, that's not terrifyingly bad for Doctor Strange. That's a level of damage we're prepared to deal with. Get a judgment, and that did move him back, which is good. Can we Dazzling Light this guy? And his stun resistance is immense, though, so that is not a hulking Swinotar. Oh, his stun resistance is bad. Alright, then. Lucy's going to go for the stun. Didn't get any kind of luck at all. Nice mace to the face for old Doc Strange. That's probably going to leave a mark, Doc. Swine Marcher taking 9 and a bleed, I believe. Not quite fatal damage. We need one more. Alright, it's going to be Abyssal Artillery for the good doctor, then. Nope, because we can't hit that guy with the Abyssal Artillery, so we'll stab him in the fucking face, then. Bam. Should have been more open to the Abyssal Artillery there, Swine Marcher. You might have kept that knife out of your fucking throat. More's the pity for you, I suppose. Here comes a boar rush. Nice dodge. I gotta say, Fagin really has been on the spot with the dodging. No complaints about the little guy. I know he's outmatched here in a rank 3 dungeon at only level 2, but he's still putting on a fucking show for us. Yeah, go ahead and stab that gentleman in the face if you would, Dr. Strange. Thank you. And we're definitely going to have this big bastard start bleeding. We'll probably just stack bleeds on him until he crumbles if we have to. Lucy Pevensey going to throw out a little bit of group heal. We could use it. Got a couple of folks who are mildly banged up. Bam, nice little dash forward for Fagin and some decent damage. Gonna go for the Judgment just to top Lucy off, as well as get a monster critical thundering blow from the God Lion. This hulking Swinotar has been weighed, measured, found wanting, and man, Brienne of Tarth with the authority kill there. We picked up a spare shovel and a bandage. Okay. We don't touch these things any longer. We learned our lesson on the sacrificial stones, and we're not going to mess with them ever again. So we'll just move along. I said we'll just move along. Thank you. Except for you, Fagin. You've been doing fantastic, buddy. Got no complaints about what you're bringing. You're the best highwayman urchin leading band of ill-gotten Victorian scum we've ever met. And, hey, there's some really noteworthy Victorian scum. So when I say you're the greatest Victorian scum we've ever met, that's not an idle compliment. Really not. I mean, even the scummiest of Victorians were still pretty goddamn gentlemanly. So scouting to the next room, which is completely empty. We're just basically taking a hike at this point. So how's it going, everybody? A little hungry? That's fine. You know, this corridor was sort of a picnic. I guess it makes sense to maybe stop and have a little snack on the way out. More scouting, which I have no problem with. 2 treasure rooms. The question is, let's deke this fight. We'll go down and around. We don't know what necessarily kind of fights we're getting into going this way, but we know for certain we're avoiding at least one if we take this path. So I say we gamble. Little bit of treasure. Man, we're getting a ton of keys. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything to slot those keys into. Feel a lot like a jilted lover who's missing his paramour. Not exactly anything to slot his tool into when you're in much the same situation. Little abyssal artillery here from the old Doctor Strange. 8 aggregate damage. Not amazing, but certainly not shameful. Nice kill there from Fagin to start things off. That's a fine way to begin. Lucy Pevensey with the surprise dodge. Brienne taking a bite and catching the blight. Bite for blight. I think we'd probably be best off here to go with just Judgment. And that was the right call. We actually got a kill for that. Nice job, Lucy Pevensey. So we're definitely going to go for the Wicked Hack here and just try and get the kill on the Weber. No dice. Dodge from Mr. Spider. Go Team Spider. Team Spider, of course, the most underappreciated team in the whole Jacob versus Edward hullabaloo. I was Team Spider from the start, actually. I just want to say it's not a bandwagoneering or anything. I was always down with Team Spider. That's a complete lie. I'm actually fucking terrifyingly afraid of spiders. Deathly so. In fact, they scare the holy living shit out of me. And if I see a spider, I typically shriek and run away like a woman. And that is not an idle boast or a jest. I will literally run screaming in fear from a spider. I'm that afraid of them.
They can be beaten.
You know, you could probably tone it down a little, Mr. Narrator. You know what? Let's use this anti-venom. We're not going to be able to use it on an interactable object, and I don't really feel going to come across a better opportunity to really make use of it. I also got to note that we've brought a lot of shovels, and we haven't really used any of those shovels, so I'm going to discard one. I'm going to pick up these busts, that portrait, and any of the crests we can carry, and the rest are going to stay on the floor. Wouldn't hurt to probably eat a little food here. We do want to save some food, of course, for feasting at the end times. Heirloom chest, so we won't use a key. We can only carry one of those portraits. I don't want to get rid of anything that's worth money, so let's ditch this bandage. I would use it if I could, but no one is bleeding at the moment, so no real need, and we will then carry on. Let's hope our little clever path opportunity here provides us with a chance to skip a fight rather than getting us involved in more fights than we need. Tell me I have my medicinal herbs. I do, but medicinal herbs used on this give a buff. I don't want a buff. I want stress relief. Don't be poisoned. Okay. That... As long as it didn't give her stress, I really don't care. Empty crate. No dice there. Off we go into this next room. We could have given somebody a plus 20% damage buff, but the way we've been rolling so far, I don't necessarily feel that the damage buff is totally necessary. Just one trap between us and the final room. We will, of course, check it out then. We've got Fagin, the luckiest man in town, to help us with the trap reveal. So, of course, he steps right into it.
Cruel machinations.
You know, it's 20 stress is unfortunate, but... Alright, then. So, one final fight for us. And no, not Final Fight the video game, because fuck me, Final Fight was a piece of shit video game. Swine Marcher and the Vomit Guy taking some damage, but not before they get a chance to yak all over Fagin. That's what happens when you spice the gruel, Fagin. Folks are going to yak, and when you're the guy cooking it, you're the one that's going to get yacked on. Maybe you should use less hobo shoe in your gruel recipe and maybe put in, I don't know, a little more rice or something. Try and maybe stock it up with some chicken bones. Ouch! He is, in fact, dazed and reeling, and Dr. Strange, being at death's door, has done some... Oh. You gotta hold on for me, Dr. Strange. Don't you die on me, Dr. Strange. Don't you die on me. Alright, then. Maybe I made that more dramatic than it necessarily needed to be. It was, in fact, pretty easy to keep Dr. Strange from dying on it. Another Drums of Doom? Yeah, the stress is becoming a very serious problem. We're on the borderline of some freak-out action, and we can't really afford to have any freak-out action at this point. This is not the 70s. Once again, back on death's door. God damn it, Dr. Strange. That's really doing a lot of negative things to us in the stress department, Dr. Strange. You gotta get off of death's door. Hopefully by healing yourself. When does Dr. Strange get to go? Seems like it's been a long time since he's had a turn. Now he's getting puked all over. That's really not going to do his open wounds a whole hell of a lot of good, having someone vomit in them. That spawn has got to go. We have enough stress as it is. I don't really feel we need any more. Also, Dr. Strange is bleeding profusely. Alright, he resisted the bleed and healed himself for 8. That's still less than I'm comfortable with. We need a kill here. You gotta be kidding me, Fagin. Yeah, well, you're going to get hooked where it hurts, and honestly, you kind of deserve it. I sort of want to kick you in the balls myself after that last round. Was not really fantastic work. Lucy Pevensey going to eat a nice fucking mace to the face. That's going to leave a mark. Lucy, that's like the second time that's happened, girl. You should fucking consider learning to duck, I think. Might be your best bet. Little throat stabbing for the good doctor. Little wicked hack from Brienne that didn't get the job. One damage short, but her follow-up is not going to take any chances. That's got it sorted. And here we finally got some decent loot. So we can take everything but the trinket. How good is the trinket? The answer is fucking terrible. I will throw that on the floor with no reservations or qualms. I'm glad to toss it on the ground. What do we got?
Laden with loot.
Stuff, well, we can get rid of. Let's basically... We can throw it all over at this point. All we got to do now is camp. So let's do that for our cheap stress relief. Bam. We're going to definitely feast. That's some stress relief for everyone. Not near as much as we needed necessarily, but it is some. We will probably revel just to get rid of Brienne's stress altogether. Doctor Strange is definitively going to abandon hope. It's a net stress gain. It does spread it around a little bit. Oh, all in all, it is a net gain. We have Encourage, we have Pray. Actually, Lucy can give us a lot of stress relief here. We have Encourage, Pray, and Chant. She has fantastic camping skills. What have you got? Pep Talk, Uncatchable, me, Clean Guns. We don't need any of that. Can you do anything else for stress relief? Dark Ritual. We don't need to heal. Sharpened Spear. Not really worried about that. So let's revel. We're going to revel. That debuffs her, but her stress is almost entirely gone. We're going to encourage, I think, Fagin. Actually, you can't encourage yourself, can you? Yeah, I didn't think so. So we'll encourage Fagin. We're going to pray. And then we're going to chant as well. So we got stress down for everybody but Lucy, who really can't do anything about her own stress. Fagin clearly is not religious. And we have 1 time left. Can we do anything at all with that? The answer is no. So let's bail out of the dungeon then.
The Swinefolk's labyrinth may yet
Let's see how we
prove
did in
to
the
be
cashish
navigable.
department. Not as well as I would have hoped. Only 12,150. That's not that good. We've been having a tough time sort of putting together a bankroll lately. I gotta say, we've really been scrimping and saving, and it hasn't seemed to do us a whole lot of good. I mean, I know I have sort of been spending like a drunken sailor between missions, I'll admit that, but we're spending all that money on upgrades that we sort of desperately need. That is a fantastic ability. Fagin really got a significant bump in power right there with Precision Striker. That's a good pickup. Brienne is unyielding, which actually also pretty good. Alright, so I'm well pleased with that. Lucy is just now onto rank 4. Her stress is high. Lucy's gonna have to, we're gonna have to do something about that. Lucy's gonna have to go probably commune with her beloved godlion.
Horror beneath the manor.
Alternatively, we may just lock her in a wardrobe for a week, and she might not know the difference between that and anything that's actually fun or desirable. We're going to have Lucy pray, I believe. Yeah, Lucy prays for stress relief, which is fine. The transept is empty, so Lucy, feel free to wander off to Narnia. Have fun talking to Liam Neeson. I know he's been missing you something fearsome. Django probably also needs some stress relief, if we're going to be honest about things. Django, what will you do? Winded, Warren's Phobe, and a Tippler. So you only drink. Well, that's fine. We can definitively accommodate your need for booze. Not only can we accommodate it, but I wholeheartedly understand and support it as well. Booze does a body good. Florence Nightingale could probably use a little stress relief, but honestly, I think everybody else looks pretty well sorted. See any other sort of outstanding or glaring needs? Let's take a look at upgrades then, and this will probably be the last thing we do. With our guild, what can we upgrade? We could fully upgrade our guild. Takes 8. Yeah, you know what? I think that's worthwhile. We've been spending a lot of cash on skill training lately. I don't see any reason to not go ahead and complete that upgrade. So that's got our guild fully capped. Take a look at our blacksmith. We do finally have enough portraits to upgrade our blacksmithery as well. Or enough Ds, rather. We're going to take weapons up to 5.
A stronger shield. Anything
Weapons
to
really
prolong
are
a
the
soldier's
more
life.
critical component there. They're much more important than armor. Not that armor is unimportant, it's not, but I'm just saying more important. What do I also... There's something else I need portraits for. It's not the blacksmith, not the guild. Because the guild is done now. We need nothing to upgrade the guild. What else is portraits? Is it sanitarium? No, it's bus and cress, which we cannot do. Our sanitarium also almost max upgraded. Is it the Abbey? No, the Abbey is bus and cress as well. Let's upgrade our Abbey some.
Little hope,
Little penance hall.
however desperate, is never without worth.
We could also do the cloister or the transept. You know what? Let's do the transept since we've got someone other than a fucking caretaker in it. Yeah, don't think I didn't see you up there, caretaker, trying to meditate away your sorrows in a fucking cloister. You're not hiding from me just because you're cloistered doesn't mean I can't find you. I know where you're at, sir. I know. Alright. And I think that's going to be it. We've got all our upgrades taken care of, stress relief done, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, consider subscribing as well. But for now, we'll see you again soon.